Welcome to Builds with Blocks, a show centered around the micro action figures and brick-based construction sets of the Halo universe. I'm your host, Colin Perkins, and I'm joined by Tom Fishenden.
Hello.
Matt Salvatore.
Hi, hi.
Gabe Clem.
Hey, guys.
And Kevin MCX from Mega.
Hey, everyone.
Kevin's just become a natural part of the show now.
Yeah.
That's right. Absolutely. So Halo Infinite is right around the corner, and Kevin from Mega has joined us to share plans for the Halo line in the spring of 2022. So coming up soon. We're thrilled to hear about the new sets that are be available, and we'll be asking some questions along the way, hopefully clarifying what we're going to see on shelf and in store. But before we dive into that line, Kevin does have a little announcement, kind of exciting twist that we haven't seen before.
So thanks, Colin. So I wanted to take the opportunity to talk to you and the fans about the Spring 22 line. So Spring 22 line is the stuff that's going to be on shelf starting near, maybe November, December, and into January of next year. So we have a few new things that I think fans are going to like. But first, we wanted to talk to you about a little bit about where all this is going to be coming from. So the idea is that, as you know, since 2020, Halo Mega Construx has been focusing on Halo Infinite. And the Halo Infinite collection has gotten quite large. And we've done quite a few vehicles, and quite a few figures and everything tied to that. And that will continue. The good news is that's going to continue. I mean, Halo Infinite is going to be, it's the new stuff, and it's going to continue to bring in new fans and to bring in existing fans that have maybe skipped off, in the last few years, but that will rediscover the franchise. And through our Halo Infinite toys, obviously, we're going to continue the way that we're doing now with the 2-in-1s and all the wonderful features. But on top of that, we've seen with the 20th anniversary pack, there is 20 years of Halo before there was Halo Infinite, right? So, so we wanted to create a new subset or a new segment to be able to celebrate that and bring some of those best, favorite vehicles and best characters and most memorable moments to life.
Yeah.
And really tap into the nostalgia for fans that maybe have been with the franchise for a little bit longer. And we wanted to be able to tap into 20 years of content and be able to offer more diverse characters. So I'm proud to announce that we're going to be starting the Halo Universe segment. And that will encompass not just, there will be Halo Infinite, but there will also be Halo Universe that will include 20 years of good stuff.
Awesome.
And
That's
don't
super
worry,
exciting.
we're not talking about the Halo Collectors segment today, but that continues. So, your buildable rings, your energy sword, your needler, that for sure, that's continuing in 2022 as well. But we'll talk about that maybe future episode.
Cool.
Sweet.
That's awesome. So what you're saying is Halo will be on the shelf available, but they'll be branded Halo Infinite and they'll be branded Halo Universe.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Everything continues to work together. I mean, we're not going off into another scale or anything. It's going to be the same regular micro action figures that we all love, but the content that we're going to be delving into is a little bit different. So if you want, we can look at the sets that we want to do for Halo Infinite in the spring first, and then we can talk about Halo Universe afterwards.
Then go back.
Let's go.
Yeah. Cool.
So real quick, any questions you guys have about Halo Universe before we dive into the spring stuff? I think it's exciting. I love the idea to go back, probably maybe see some stuff that we haven't seen or some redesigned stuff that
I think that's awesome that it gives you guys the freedom to bring back or recreate some of the, because there's still a lot of stuff from previous Halos that you guys can dig into, so I'm excited to see where that goes.
It really the idea, the original idea is really about that, right? It's Halo Infinite will be about onboarding new fans and with continuing Master Chief's story and the Banished and all that stuff. you know, within the Mega Construx universe of Halo, you know, there's room for all of that, and there's room for Classic Covenant, and there's room for you know, characters and vehicles from previous titles as well that I think fans love and that new fans can come to love as well. So
well, we had that conversation on one of the podcasts too, where we just kind of assumed, well, it looks like we're, you know, Halo Infinite is the next 10 years of Halo, as it's been said. We'll just be getting Halo Infinite sets from now on, and kind of almost, I don't know, sad or worried that we would never go and revisit. So the fact that you guys are planning on revisiting that stuff is fantastic.
Yeah, with Halo Universe, everything's back on the table.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
So like the blind bag with that included a more focus on CE. What was that called?
Clash on the Rings.
Clash on the Rings. Yeah. So something like that, going back and just like devoting a specific set to a previous game. That's awesome. I think there's a lot. I'm already starting to expect.
Yeah, I'm ready to dive in.
Well, we got content for new shows, speculation shows, which I know Tom and everybody loves.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. But let's find out what's real. Here we go.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So the first set in the Halo Infinite segment is the next in the helmet assortment.
Yeah.
So, so these have been super popular. We've done green, we've done yellow and red and blue. The next one, yes, exactly those
little ones.
Yeah. The next one will be a silver color helmet with a blue visor.
Nice.
Cool.
It will be based on the Fiesta game mode, and
Okay.
So it will feature a nice sci-fi-ish color scheme with energy barriers and spare weapons on the ground that you can pick up and swap out on your Spartans.
Great idea.
It will include 2 Spartans, 2 multiplayer Spartans. One will be an orange and dark red Spartan Anubis. He'll be sporting a brand new commando rifle.
Yes.
Yeah, that's wicked.
First commando, I think we're getting, right?
The first one, but not the last. We made sure that the commando, I'll repeat the commando rifle a few times, I think, in the next few minutes. We wanted to make sure that it was out there and that fans could pick it up easily.
Oh, that's great.
And then the second Spartan is a nifty lime green and gray Spartan based on the Zvezda armor, which is a new armor coming up in Halo Infinite.
Okay.
And he'll be sporting a plasma rifle. So I mentioned, so those are the 2 weapons that go with the figures that we're showing with the figures, but there's also a gravity hammer, a carbine, and a grenade launcher that are just, hanging around in the map so that you can swap out and swap your weapon for a power weapon if you want.
Legit.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So that's the first set.
Fantastic.
The next set,
I love it,
is the Gungoose. So the Gungoose continues our little trend of value sets at $14.99. This one, so this one continues the line of the Mongoose that we did in 2020, the Ghost in 21. So in 22, it's going to be the Gungoose. What's cool is that carryover from the Mongoose is that we didn't change the suspension, so the suspension is still there.
Awesome.
We redesigned the top so that it has the guns on the front. But what is very cool is that if you have this in your collection, when people do get this in your collection, we lifted the color scheme completely from the Razorback. So the chassis and the build is in this nice dark gray color. It has black accents and a couple of little red accents on the suspension. So really the idea is that if you have you have the green Mongoose and you have the green Warthog, well, you have the gray Razorback and the gray Gungoose that you can pair together and build a little squad out of.
That's cool.
And to drive the Gungoose, we included a new Marine. So and the Marine also pulls a familiar color scheme. So if you have this in your collection,
Sniper.
We took the colors from the Marine Sniper and applied them to the Marine in the Gungoose. So all of a sudden you have a nice dark gray vehicle with a light or with a dark slate Marine, and you have like the makings of a little covert ops.
Yeah, I love it.
You know, the beginnings of a
Awesome.
covert ops squad.
And short sleeves for Tom.
sleeves. Yeah.
Yeah, short sleeves. Exactly.
Greg.
The Marine is using a commando rifle.
Yes.
And then to face off against the Marine, you have 3 banished characters. The Brute Captain that leads the little squad. He's using a shock rifle. And then you have a Brute Warrior in blue armor. That's using a Mangler. And brand new, I should mention those 2 have new parts. They have new shoulder pads and new thigh pads. They're
Love it.
based on the Infinite gameplay trailer that we saw. They're using exactly those parts.
Absolutely awesome.
And then lastly, we're introducing the Sniper Jackal to the line, and so we're building on the existing Jackal. So he has new armor parts, the new mask, and everything that to be able to add that to your collection.
I mean, outside of the Jackal snipers included with the Scarab, this is the first time, especially in our new articulation, that a Jackal sniper has ever been made.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Now, touching back on the wrists, is that similar to the wrist design on the Masters of the Universe figures?
If you have Stratos, then you see how we did it for the Jackal.
Right,
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
cool.
So
I just ordered
it's a ring that goes all around the wrist, and it's secured
awesome.
between the forearm and the hand, basically.
Yes, that looks awesome. Looks really awesome.
These little sets
So
are such a great value. You
Yeah.
get 4 figures, you get a vehicle. Yeah, that's fantastic, and you get some new, a bunch of new stuff.
I kind of like how the Marines outnumbered in this one though, by like it's not 2 on 2. It's
Those short sleeves give the Marine all the power it needs.
Well, that and the guns on the Gungoose, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
I have to ask, the Brutes have new thighs and shoulder pieces. I mean, why switch to new pieces now instead of like how you've been doing it before with like various different Brute pieces?
Yeah, well, we wanted to continue to build on that bank of parts that were available, and the Brutes and the Brutes mostly, so far we've been using part swaps and changing out the helmet or changing out the skirt or the shoulder pads and everything to create some variety. So adding those pieces just gives us even more
Better
variety to work with. Yeah.
Right.
I love it. Game accuracy stuff is super cool to look at.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then to go alongside the Gungoose, and this next set was actually planned in parallel with the Gungoose because we really wanted to, on the UNSC side, be able to build a little squad and have the Banished work all together as well. So the next one is the Garrison pack, the Banished Garrison pack.
I love this so much.
Yeah. It's gorgeous.
So this is
my god!
There's no figures in it right now, but it's the follow-up to the Platoon pack from 2021.
Yeah.
Except it introduces 6 new characters.
So is that Brute Chieftain gold?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
We've broken that, Kevin. That's gone.
Looks like
gold and red. What?
He's gorgeous.
Yeah.
So, well, we can start there if you want. So the Brute Chieftain, sporting gold armor with red accents. He's wielding a gravity hammer. So he can command really the joint squad between the Garrison pack and the Gungoose. And then we add a Brute Warrior in red, using again those new armor pieces for the shoulders and the thigh pads. And he has that figure has a jetpack and a spike grenade. So again, we pulled from the gameplay trailer, and we were including accessories that make sense. Then we have an elite mercenary with some in red with some silver accents. He has a plasma rifle. And lastly, a Grunt Mule in red armor as well. So
Sweet.
The Grunt Mule was actually very well received in the last series, so we brought him back. And with so many Brutes, it makes sense that they need a Grunt Mule to lug around their weapons.
Yeah,
right.
And then on the UNSC side, we have a nice Covert Ops, and Covert Ops, just by the way, is just mega speak. It's not any official title. It's just
don't read into it.
No, exactly. The colors are drawn from our old ODST/Covert Ops sets
Right.
from way
Right.
back when. It's that nice slate blue. So that's why I keep
Cool.
calling it Covert Ops, but it's not an official designation. But we have a Spartan Trailblazer with a new armor configuration as well, and then the Marine with a Hydra rifle, and he has a new part that Gabe is apparently very high on. He comes with the fully masked head.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Very
so
fond
cool.
of that.
That's so neat. I love the
So
green.
many
So,
possibilities.
am I allowed to ask a question about this Marine? This this mask piece. We know that you have removable helmets for the Marines, but is that sort of just sculpted or painted on, or does that come off as well?
It's a new head, so it's a complete head.
Okay.
The mask, it's a ski mask head basically. So all you'll see are the eyes if you see pictures without the helmet. So the helmet is removable, and then you see the eyes, with the cutout, and then the rest of the face and the head is masked.
Awesome. It does the
Winter
job.
Soldier
Looks
vibes.
great.
Yeah.
I'll take 20.
Yeah. I really love that you're pairing the Garrison pack with the Gungoose. I love that in those two sets you get a chieftain, a captain, 2 brutes in different colors. I love that you had a red and a blue in there. I think that's awesome. Such a good army builder.
We're excited. Yeah, it's gonna be so good. Like I'm gonna go stock up on some more of the troop pack now too, because we're just gonna have some battles in our house. This is great.
I've got to ask, is this kind of Garrison format something that you guys are quite keen to keep carrying forwards? Because obviously the platoon pack was the first time you did that, and then seeing this, my mind is already racing with Halo Universe. I'm like, ODSTs, Halo 3 Marines.
Yeah, it's a format that we like a lot. So we'll see what the future holds, I guess.
Awesome. That's what I like hearing, Kevin. Awesome.
Yeah. That's
cool.
I love that whole.
If we jump into the Halo Universe segment.
Halo Universe, here we go.
Yep,
here we go.
Yep. So the first Halo Universe set is the blind bag collection.
Yeah.
So this season there'll be 6 to collect. And we made sure to pack in as many army builders as we could in here, because we know that people like to build up their armies using the blind bags. So there are 3 Halo 2 characters, and if you're wondering why, we'll get to that in a few minutes. But the first one is Halo 2 Marine. This one is completely redesigned, more along the Halo 2 anniversary lines. So hence he's up armored a little bit, the shoulder pads, the thigh pads, whereas some of our previous Halo 2 Marines were a little bit lighter. He features a new removable helmet. I have him here.
Oh my god.
Here we go.
And he's got pouches. He's got pouches.
Yeah.
Can you move him in the middle so we can see him a little bit? Have your face
over
to
there.
the camera. There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
Wow.
Oh my god.
So removable helmet.
Oh, cool.
That's wonderful.
Oh, that's great.
That's awesome.
H2A Marines are definitely some of my favorite. That's gonna be awesome.
I'm gonna be so broke.
No.
You already are broke.
True. Very true.
The next figure that we have is the Grunt Ultra. So he's sporting a nice white armor.
Yeah,
has
that's a new color.
A needler. Yeah.
Would those guys? Would those be the ones that the Arbiter on his first incursion mission, when the first time you play Arbiter? Those were purple.
Oh, could be.
Those Spec Ops runs that Arbiter was hanging out with.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought it was a different. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Sorry.
And then the last Halo 2 figure in this series is the
Yeah.
Look at that,
This
Bruce.
one is so cool. I was thinking the other day, I had no idea if all of the Tartarus elements would ever come back from that Heroes figure. So seeing this is so awesome.
How fuzzy he looks.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
hairy.
like you said, we reused a lot of Tartarus in here, and then we added the new collar and the new head.
Yeah.
Wow.
And fun fact, and Fun fact about this guy is that we worked so hard to have the removable helmet on this guy, but in the end, the helmet is just so small.
Yeah,
it
really is small.
It really is like the size of it's smaller than it's really just like a little head cap. So
yeah.
it didn't look right. It just didn't look right. So if anybody was wondering why it's a head helmet, a painted on helmet, that's why. It's just we worked hard to make it work, but it didn't look right. It always looked like really oversized.
We will never complain about new Halo 2 brutes.
Can I ask a question about how his belt and satchel work? Is the belt in the portion of his chest and then like it straps around his shoulder, or is it just around his shoulder?
No, it goes around his waist and up onto his shoulder. So it really is two pieces. It doesn't move, or two attachment points, so it doesn't move. And then the collar is a separate piece that's sort of squeezed in between the torso and the head.
Oh, cool.
I also love how in between his toes you have the strap.
The little click.
I'm like, that's
perfect.
awesome.
Yeah.
Wow, might be my favorite one yet.
Then the final army builder we have is the Elite Miner that's sporting yellow armor from Halo Wars 2. Looks like this, and he has a Covenant carbine as a weapon.
That's the same. That's like the Gungnir Spartan color scheme from Wave 2. Yeah.
Okay.
It's also the Warlord color yellow. It looks like.
Yes.
Oh,
well,
Kevin, you're so prepared.
Wow. And I thought I had all my figures here.
Yeah, right.
Then the last two figures are Spartans. So the first one is a Spartan Mark V from CE, from Halo CE. We've not done them in blue yet, which is odd.
Oh, is that right?
Well, not to my knowledge, anyway. So we seized on the opportunity to be able to include it in here in blue. Yeah. And then
red versus blue,
the next one is we did put a little touch of Halo Infinite, even though it's Universe, and because we wanted to be able to propagate the new Spartan based on Zvezda on the Zvezda armor. And you also get a commando rifle in here. So, and he's in a nifty trans purple.
Oh, he's
gummy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. That looks great. Awesome.
And a commando.
This is a great line.
Nice.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Super excited about this.
I think the Brute's my favorite right now.
He turned out particularly well. Yes. Honestly. Yeah.
Love it. Has anybody there tried to put that new collar piece on like a Tartarus figure?
Not yet, but I think after the show, maybe that's the first thing I do.
That's what I'm wondering, is if it would fit on a Tartarus figure.
It should, because it's the same torso and the same satchel, so it should fit exactly the same way.
Do we have do we have a Tartarus in the new articulation?
Yeah.
From
the Heroes
anniversary series here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yep, I never got that.
Party har.
I'll pull a Kevin. Got him right there.
Oh, I have him. That's right. I have him.
Heroes figures today.
You got him.
So
yeah.
That's right. Yeah,
this is a good one.
Nice.
Talking of heroes.
Speaking of heroes, yes. So, Halo Heroes 15.
Here we go.
Yes.
I love it.
I'm not ready.
So, let's see. Where do we start?
So this is 15. So this series is gonna be Universe. So all of these 5. Yeah.
So going forward, at least for the foreseeable future, Halo Heroes, since it sort of very organically fits into the Halo Universe segment. Yeah. Just because of the named aspect, the named character aspect of it. Mm-hmm. So the next few series are going to be Halo Universe. So we already know, like 15 is going to be Universe. 16, which has the fan vote Spartan Haunted in it, will also be Universe. Yep. And then after that we'll see. But 15 and 16 will be Universe themed.
Awesome. Cool.
Yeah. So the first character is. We started Fireteam Raven a little while ago, and we got 2 members done. So we'll introduce the third member, So ODST Ramos is going to make his appearance in the line.
The green player.
Yeah,
I love
the
it.
green one, the green one. And then we wanted to include some Banished in there, so we're bringing back Decimus.
Yeah.
Decimus is from Halo Wars 2, and as we know, he's one of Atriox's lieutenants. And we thought it would be fun to have some Banished in there. So Decimus is rocking a new.
And we saw him
theme.
in Series 3, I think.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
It's been a bit, so this would be a good opportunity for people to pick him up that haven't done that. Or was it Frostraven too? I think he was in.
Yeah.
So those are kind of those are
so
rare.
It's been at least 4, 5, 6 years, maybe even.
Yeah.
And his hammer looks cool.
His hammer is fully, super decorated as well. So I think he's gonna be fun. Then we went off script a little bit, or for what we usually do, and we went back to Halo Nightfall.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you remember that,
I love
that
this,
show.
Kevin.
And with Halo Heroes, we wanted to explore a little bit of the expanded media of Halo. So we're bringing back Agent Locke from Halo Nightfall, and this is his look after he started removing some of his armor. His Oni armor. And he's rocking a little bit more of the commando look, I guess. With the shirt and the pants and the
rough lock.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. That's when they're on the shard,
Tough
on the the shard of the Halo.
Just trying to survive at this point.
Yep.
Yeah. And he's got his trusty DMR with him.
That's gorgeous.
Wow. And the dog tag print.
Yeah, the
dog
prints
tag.
of dog tags. How lovely.
Exactly. Then on the fourth character, we wanted to wrap up. We've done, Master Chief in the Wasp in the fall of 21. We did Kelly in the Razorback, and we did Fred with the Chopper. So we wanted to get Linda in there somewhere.
Linda.
So we're bringing Linda in her Shadows of Reach inspired armor. So to match with the other three. With her sniper rifle as well, and so she's included in Heroes 15. And lastly, we brought back a fan favorite mold.
I can't.
One of my personal favorites too.
Yeah.
I'm afraid to say, but it's the Elite Honor Guard, and this is the Elite Honor Guard Ultra. So basically, anybody who has this guy.
Yeah.
It's this guy, but in white armor.
In white. Yep.
Yeah.
So
that's
with the pike weapon and all the decos and everything. So
we had I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say on his stand it's going to be printed Light of St. Helios.
That's really cool.
I love that.
So
we had an old articulation figure of this same color scheme before, right? That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I'm looking at this, and I like whenever you approach a box of Halo Heroes, there's always like one or two, usually one figure that's just there, and a lot of them. Like these are all fantastic.
Yeah. This is gonna be.
Yeah. I don't want to gush too much because I know we've got to keep moving, but I just want to say I really, really appreciate you including Locke here, doing something that's visually completely different to anything else you've done with like the braces and the more stripped down look, and also just doing something from transmedia is so freaking cool. And I honestly, out of anything, that is what I lost my mind at the most. So thank you for putting that in here and showing Nightfall some love.
Yeah, really.
I gotta say, I love that you guys gave us all blue team. I knew you would. Would. Like, it's nice that they were sprinkled throughout, but it's really cool, especially in that Halo Fall on Shadows of Reach style. So that's cool. I'm with Colin. There's nothing here.
Is that a new shoulder piece on Linda?
It is. It's a new, obviously the helmet, and then the shoulder piece to match the artwork.
Cool. That's super cool.
Awesome.
And yeah, I mean, Thanks for making a white honor guard and saving me all the paint. Oh my god.
Especially white paint, right? If you wanted to paint white over red, ugh.
Dude, I've made so many white honor guards. Thank you so much.
Going to the ODST, he has so many little paint details throughout, just on his armor and on his knees. I love the inclusion of like the green little like a trapezoid kind of look on his knee pads. That's cool.
The green pops so much more up than the other two it looks Fireteam Raven figures. So you can probably notice a lot more of that detail, which is great.
It looks great. Wow.
Awesome.
What do we got left? What do we got?
All right.
There's more?
So, the first building set in the Halo universe is we're bringing back the classic purple Banshee.
Oh.
Yes.
We've done this set or this vehicle in purple, as recently as the aerial ambush in 2019. So it is a few years. It is one of the most iconic vehicles in the franchise.
Yeah,
she is. So we want to make sure that we keep it in line. And we heard the fans when they said, they want to be able to army build this a little bit. And the aerial ambush is a bigger set, so it makes army building a little bit more expensive. But so we figured at $25, a Banshee is something that that is a lot more easily accessible, right? Now this set is based on the Halo 2 mission, so that's why there are so many Halo 2 characters in the figure packs. Called the Arbiter. And the mission is when the Arbiter is dispatched to handle the heretics, and to politely dispatch them. So
that's the first time you get to play as the Arbiter, which is a really cool moment.
The figures are chosen accordingly. So the Arbiter is included in the set in his Halo 2 colors. Also included in the set is Sessa Rifumi. So that they can have a nice cup of tea and discuss their differences together.
Right.
Of course.
Especially politics happens that way.
Exactly. And Sessa Rifumi, actually here we managed to upgrade to the new hands, the new elite hands, contrary to the 20th anniversary pack. So that one has the correct hands. And then lastly, a third figure. We figured Sessa needed some troops, so there's a heretic trooper included as well. A heretic trooper.
Oh my gosh.
So cool. And then
but wait, there's more. Yes,
right.
There's more. There are. So you have the Banshee in purple, and you have the three figures and their weapons. Aside from that, you've got a bunch of pieces of yellow pieces on the side that you'll be able to build a small barricade out of, or a diorama piece. But if you want to switch the Banshee from the Covenant or the Arbiters faction to the Heretic faction, it has all of the correct yellow pieces to switch your purple Banshee to a yellow Heretic Banshee, including the second cockpit piece or the second canopy piece.
That's
bravo.
So it's really a 2-in-1 Banshee because you can really switch it out from one faction to the other.
That's amazing.
Well, now I need two.
So was this kind of...
I'm gonna buy a bunch just for that heretic regular guy.
From a design point, was this kind of you getting to evolve on the 2-in-1 concept and take it so that model becomes something else, but it still uses pieces of the first model as well?
It's a little bit inspired by that, and it's a way also of being able to offer the Heretic Banshee, which is a little bit more niche, right? But being able to offer it out and get it out to fans, but at the same time have the purple one, which is much more recognizable out there as well. So it really was melding both the best parts of both together.
So fans can have their cake and eat it too.
That's pretty much it. Yep.
Wow, that's
so good. Awesome.
Bravo.
And this is the last one, right? Nothing else?
So last but not least, we said, okay, so what is Halo Universe about? Well, what do we want it to be about, right? Well, we want it to be about fan favorite vehicles and popular characters and named characters, and memorable moments, right? So what best encapsulates all of that together? Well, we said, have we gone completely bonkers, or is it crazy to think that we could actually release a newly designed Falcon and include all 6 members of Noble Team in the same set with all of their decos and weapons? So we said, well, let's do it. So for $75, we will be releasing the newly constructed, newly designed Falcon. The set includes over 770 pieces. And it includes all of the standard features that we come to expect. So the cockpit fits a figure. The side engines rotate. The propellers rotate. The side guns move. And there's seating for all 6 figures.
Wow,
that's the one right
so
there.
you can have all of your Noble Team carried around in the Falcon at the same time, and of course, we decided to include Spartan's Cat, Carter, George, Noble 6, June, and Emil with their decorated weapons as well. So all of them together for the first time in one set.
This is a dream set. This is like when we talk about sets we want you guys to create. This is one that comes up like this is an idea, and they're like, nah, they'll never do that. You guys are doing it.
So the old Falcon cannot seat new articulation figures without it being altered. Is this one designed so that new articulated figures can fit in the chassis?
Yep, it was completely redesigned from scratch.
Amazing.
So it fits perfectly with the new articulation figures.
That's great to hear. Awesome.
I have a curious question, and I don't know if you will be able to answer it. So if not, we can cut this. The render is in the older Reach style color of the green. Does that mean it will come in that color?
Yes, we're bringing back the swampy camouflage or the dark olive camouflaged color because the Falcon in the game is that color. Right.
Yeah.
And so it was a discussion that we had in the design team. Is it, are we transitioning the Falcon toward our new metallic, or less new now, but our metallic green that we use, everywhere in the line. And, we landed on, no, Halo Universe is about screen accuracy and being able to recreate those moments when you're flying, in the Falcon from your base to the communication center to figure out why that communication center gone dark. We want the Falcon to look like what it looked like in the game. So that green is coming back for this set.
I really like that. I'm looking at it and then I'm comparing it to the old one. Back.
And then we hop in the Spade, and then George hops in the back, and we're going.
Yeah, I have to say these figures. So I'm a little surprised. There's more emphasis on Noble Team. There's Noble Team here. There's a couple figures in the anniversary set. There were some in the last few Heroes. What makes this Noble Team different from, say, the Heroes or the anniversary ones?
We go back every time we re-release characters. We go back and look at rather than look at what we've done before. We look at the in-game assets, and we check. We see, okay, what did we not do the last time that we think should be included as far as the deco, or as far as the in this case we don't change the parts, but sometimes we do.
Right.
So it really is going back to the source every time, and that's what we did this time around. So these ones will have some small color tweaks or added details that other versions did not.
I can already see Carter has an emblem printed on his chest. His little emblem on there, and Kat has she's got like a few extra paint details all over.
She's got some
they look
dots.
sharp. They look really good.
Super sharp.
We made sure that these weren't Heroes light. These are Halo Heroes as far as the level of deco. And including the weapons. You know, the weapons do have the appropriate deco on them as well. So
I
Oh,
see.
yeah.
That's really
Yeah.
cool.
The chain
man.
gun with the yellow.
Is that one of the
Beautiful.
first times that we've had painted weapons in a big building set again?
Probably.
mean,
It hasn't
yeah.
happened often.
For a
Wow.
long time, yeah.
Yeah.
Even has
So-
some grenades. You got
This
some little
this
grenades
set
in there.
is awesome on so many levels. Not just so I have painstakingly made sure to track down every set that Noble Team is in so that I have Noble Team. But it's amazing for someone who's just starting out, and this is going back and introducing newer fans to like Halo universe, right? And that they're able to get Noble Team in one shot.
Yep.
And I think that's awesome. And of course, I'm gonna be buying a couple of these, so I'll have multiple Noble Teams now.
Well, it is something that we have been, you know, paying attention to. We see threads pop up every week about people looking for certain members of the Noble Team, and you know, they haven't had access because, you know, either they missed the initial release or they hopped on later, or you know, and understanding that, you know, some people have been buying everything from the beginning, but most people haven't, you know. So it's with popular characters, you know, Noble Team is, we could make the argument it's probably the most popular fire team out there, right? In the lore. So so bringing them, being able to bring them back and getting people, or allowing people to be able to access them easily, it was really something that we were looking forward to. The design team was really looking for an opportunity to bring them back, knowing how popular they were.
Yeah, that's great that you guys you have that in mind as you're creating or looking at this specific line. So collectors and new collectors especially, I think, love that concept. That's awesome.
Yeah.
This is exciting. Holy cow.
A lot to digest here.
Well, this is a fantastic line. We're super excited to get these in our hands, and just for fans and collectors, this is awesome. Any other, I don't know, thoughts, Tom, that you might have, or questions on what we're seeing?
I'm just really excited. I think it's really cool, like I said, that you're embracing every different aspect of the Halo universe. And I guess the only thing I would ask to kind of get people excited for the future as well is, obviously, we have loads of different projects in the works. So with Halo Universe, is there anything that's off limits, or is there the potential to tap into anything?
I think like the entirety of the franchise is on the table, right, for Halo Universe, in the sense that you know, we want to make sure though that it's that it's iconic, you know, that it really is, you know, tied to you know, either a very, you know, a fan favorite character, or a vehicle, or a moment, or, you know, all three, as like we saw with the Falcon, right? So but you know, like the Falcon is really the emblem of the line for now. It's really what, you know, it encapsulates everything. It's what we're hoping to be able to catch, you know, that lightning with every Halo universe set. And you know, it'll probably evolve over time, but right now that's you know, we spared no expense.
Ooh,
we appreciate
a Jurassic Park reference. This night cannot get better.
I do have a real quick question about the Falcon. You said that you've taken it and redesigned the whole thing. So scale-wise, compared to the previous Falcons, is it similar in size, or is this one a little bigger?
No, it's pretty much the same,
Awesome.
because we reused that canopy piece, right?
Right.
So it might be, you know, a post or two longer or wider, but you know, overall it's pretty much the same.
No, that's good, because it doesn't make the old ones obsolete.
Nope. No.
You can still use. That's awesome. That's awesome.
I did, if I could, right before we go.
Yeah, go for it.
There's a lot of emphasis on Halo 2, or like Halo 2 anniversary. Like we've got Artas and Miranda. And with Universe, will there be, you know, certain seasons will be focused on particular games, or like what's the focus on Halo 2?
It was just a place to start. So you know, this season we had two big building sets. So we have, you know, the Falcon and the Banshee, and then, you know, the figure sets, excuse me, sort of come and reinforce that. But in the future, you know, one of the ways that we're mapping out Halo Universe is that we basically have a grid with all of the franchise titles, and we're placing, you know, the building sets underneath as we go. So, and we want to make sure that grid is nice and evenly balanced.
Yeah.
And that we're not, you know, doing only just one, you know, one title or like a period of time where we want to be able to tap into, you know, Halo 4, Halo 5, Halo CE, Halo 2, Halo 3, you know, and ODST eventually. So that is one of the things, you know, everybody has sort of different memories of Halo since it's been going on for so long. And so we want to make sure that we capture as much of that as possible.
Right.
Wonderful.
And I think pairing that statement along with what you've told us previously, that you do listen to the fans, is, again, if you're watching this, just get your ideas out there, you know, let Megan know what you want, and maybe get, you know, some support behind that, because it might show up in one of these Halo Universe sets down the road, which is super exciting. Yeah,
that's awesome.
I have a couple questions. Back to the helmets. I love the new little helmets. I think they seem like they're being well received. Are you guys considering helmet designs outside of the Master Chief helmet? Do you think we'll ever see something like that?
That's a good question. We've talked about it internally. The issue or the challenge we have, I think, with that is that Master Chief's helmet is just so iconic. It's you know, I think that we prefer, for the moment at least, to keep on using that one for to be able to pack the sets.
I feel like you can walk through a store and you see Master Chief and you're like, oh, Halo, that's got it.
Exactly.
Certainly the most recognizable helmet from the from this series.
Yeah. And you can pick the color you like and all that sort of stuff, which is great.
Yeah.
One other thing, and I know we want to run, but talk about Signature Series. Is this something that's still on the table? I know Signature Series isn't just for Halo; it's for all of Mega Construx. But anything else we might see down the line, or is that still a thing that we can look forward to?
I think so. Yes. Right now, you know, the Pelican didn't fall into the Signature Series officially because it didn't have the whole unboxing experience and everything that's tied to a Signature Series set. But you know,
it was pretty close
for Halo. That was as close, exactly. Then, but the way that we pick a Signature Series, and Colin, you mentioned it, is that we look at all of the brands globally. And so, you know, we do one per year, right? So we pick according to which brand is having you know, a release, either, you know, TV show, movie, game drop, or if there's an anniversary or something like that. So or if we're trying to introduce some kind of a new franchise as well. So so I don't believe there was an official Signature Series in 2020. But 2021 does, and 2022 does. Neither one of them is Halo, though, unfortunately.
Sure.
But that doesn't mean that Halo Signature Series are gone forever. It just means that we got to get the timing, the right timing for them.
Yeah. Cool.
But that said, I think that the Signature Series that are not Halo, that are coming up might be interesting for some fans as well. So
absolutely.
Cool.
Awesome.
That's exciting.
Well, this is
doing the mental math.
Yeah, I mean, we're blown away. So thanks so much for sharing this with us. We're excited to be part of this reveal for you guys, and we can't wait to get these in our hands. It's going to be great to have these on our shelves and experience and play with the kids with this stuff too, which I'm excited for. So awesome. Thanks again for your time, Kevin. We're really looking forward to this. That'll do it for the show. Thanks for joining Builds with Blocks. If you like the show, feel free to support Podcast Evolved on Patreon. Until next time, evolved.
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 Woo!
Let's go!